Lovely. All right, we're going to be continuing with that NCIS case study. So remember, we spoke about how they give customer service and how they are like the hub in terms of being able to answer questions and answer queries. Well, now we're going to look at how we are going to save their jobs. So you know why they're there, you know how important they are. Now we need to develop something that will take them into from current operating practices to best operating practices and maybe even to world class. What I can see is everything in that little organization is manual. So how would you move them from everyone being able to follow an Excel spreadsheet to say where the orders have gone to, if they are quality, to maybe something that is world class? Maybe they need to have digital tracking. Maybe they need to have cameras on board to see how the stock is moving and if it is all in one piece. Maybe they need to have trackers and they need to give customers access to websites where they can track in real time where their orders are. So this is what we talk about when we talk about world class, when things really are taken up a notch so that they are very easy for a customer to be able to track, and very easy for a customer to feel that they have got value for money by approaching this business. So let's go to our workbooks and we can take a look at NCIS part 2. So we go there, NCIS, Detectives on the Case, part 2. Okay, so you've read productivity analysis and optimizing productivity. Now we're going to pick any one factor. So go back to NCIS 1, pick up one factor of what they were important at doing. Now we're going to be able to say, okay, so the problem was that they would have to phone in. So the client would phone in and then they would be able to get information. How can we make that information more accessible to the client when they need it? So how would you do that? Well, now you're going to be working in a team. So if you are with someone at your workplace, then have this discussion. If you are connecting remotely through WhatsApp, have this discussion. If you want to pick up the phone and you want to video call someone, have that conversation. But what you're going to do is you're going to brainstorm and you're going to work out, how do we make this little department world class? How do we make sure that they are operating with best practice? And this is going to be your task. Okay, so once you've decided on that, so let's say you want to take everything to a website and you want to create trackers and you want to have photos of exactly when it left somewhere and how it arrived somewhere. Now you're going to be able to integrate that plan. Okay, so this is where it is. So you would have noticed this one, and I'm going to have to rotate it in order for you to make sense of it. Okay, so you've seen this one. Okay, so this is something that you've seen before. Tell me the focus area. So tell me that one area that you are going to focus on in order to make them world class. Tell me, what is the current operating practice? So what do they currently do? What is the potential gain if the gap is closed? What is the best operating practice? So what is the best way that they could actually help the client to get what they need? What is the potential gain if the gap is closed to world class? So what do you think world class would look like? So, really dream big. Tell me exactly what you think world class would look like for this little department. And then any kind of notes or comments. Once you've done this, what I want you to do is to take a photo of it, just one person in your team, and WhatsApp it to me so that I can take a look that you've understood and you've grasped the understanding, grasped the lesson, and you're able to move forward. Okay. Once you've got that, then you're going to say, okay, so now what we're going to do is we're going to put a plan together so that they are going to become best practice, or they're going to become world class. So you tell me who's prepared the plan, you sign, you tell me what objective you have. So in 3 months' time, we want to have an interactive website where we are able to track goods and be able to monitor the quality at the start and at the end of every process. So tell me, what is your objective? How do you plan to measure and monitor this plan? Are you going to have monthly meetings? Are you going to have reports? Are you going to, sort of have Zoom meetings? That tell me how you're going to measure and monitor that you are on track. Then you tell me what you're going to do. Okay, so what steps would you need to put in place in order for you to move towards world class or towards best practice. Which person would be responsible? So you can fictitiously say Diana or Peter or finance manager. Tell me who needs to be responsible for that. What resources would they need? What is the estimated improvement if they were able to move into best practice? What is the possible contingency? So if this falls apart, will they still have a backup? So if the website crashes, how are they still going to be able to get their information? If there was an app, is there a website to back them up? So what are the contingencies? By when do they need to have it done? And what do you think the actual improvement will be when we finally see it? Okay, so there's a couple of steps. At the end of this, you're going to put down your names. Okay, so everyone who's worked together, you guys as a team are going to sign it, and then you're going to date it. So I know that most of you can probably only do it through electronic signatures. Well, then that's what's going to have to be accepted. So we'll do electronic signatures for now, and we will put physical signatures a little bit later on. Okay, so that is your mission for the next little bit, is to complete that little COP to BOP to world-class progression. And then you're going to tell me exactly how you are able to do it and break it down into tasks. Tell me who's responsible and what resource they'll need, etc., etc., etc. We want to save these people's jobs, and you guys can do it. So show me what that continuous improvement process looks like. Take a photo, send it to me, and I'd also like to see your improvement plan and how you are able to do that. So take a photo of it, send it to me. I'd love to see that you guys are grasping this understanding.